It's okay, everyone. The dog is okay. John Wick Chapter 2 stars Keanu Reeves and is directed by Chad Stahelski. I think that's how you say it, yeah. And it's the sequel to the wildly successful and very surprising John Wick. Now, I really like the first John Wick. If you watched my review, I gave it 5 stars. I think it's as perfect as an action movie can get. So I was really excited for this movie. It's one of my most anticipated movies. I was also really careful about not having my expectations too high for this movie, because I did that with Taken 2. We all know how that turned out. I also did it with The Hangover 2. Yeah. So like I said, I tried to keep an open mind with this one, and by the time I left the theater, I was very entertained. This is a really great sequel, and definitely one of the best sequels I've seen in a while. I'm not going to give away the plot for this movie because the trailers didn't really tell us anything, and a lot of other critics are trying to keep it as vague as they could, and so I'm going to do that too. The only thing I'll mention is that John Wick owes a debt to someone, and he goes back into the business. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to know more about the story, go see the movie. It's really great. Trust me, you won't be sorry. Let's talk about Keanu Reeves for a brief second. He is perfect in this role. He really nails it. I'm not seeing Keanu Reeves on the screen for this movie or even the first one. I'm seeing John Wick, and that's how good of an actor he is in this role. You're really believing that that's not an actor, that that's an actual person called John Wick killing all these people. Keanu Reeves is perfect in this role. I couldn't see anyone else playing it. Keanu Reeves is 52 years old, and you can tell in the movie he's doing most, if not all, of his own stunts. That's very good for an actor of his age. And it's so believable because you know that's him. It's not a stunt double with a CGI Keanu Reeves face on it. Then when you have an actor who does all of his own stunts, it's more believable in your action movie. This movie is also a very violent movie and very, very bloody. You know, people are taking headshots left and right. There's blood all over the place. But it's not the kind of violent where it's like forcing it on you, you know? There are those kind of movies that are trying to be violent, but they're literally saying to you, hey, I'm being violent, you need to believe this, and this movie doesn't do any of that. It's violent without, you know, shoving it down your throat. I can't stand movies that do that. In terms of issues with this movie, the only thing I can really think of is that his reasoning for going back out there isn't very emotional like it was in the first one. You know, in the first one, they killed his dog and took his car, you know. And if you see in the movie, you know why he's very impacted by them killing his dog. For this one, it's just, you know, you got to go back out there. There is something that happens that kind of motivates him to. However, it's not very emotionally grounded. And I can see why they didn't go with an emotional route, because they did it in the first one and they didn't want to copy it. That I can understand. But that's really my only issue with this movie. But that's honestly kind of a nitpick, because the movie surrounding that little issue is so well made. It's a well-made movie. It's very action-heavy, very violent. The performances are great. There's honestly not that much bad stuff in this movie. And I think that this is honestly one of the best action sequels we've gotten in recent years. It's by far one of the best. Also, one more thing. I'm not going to say how, but there's a setup for a third movie at the end. Now, after seeing this one, I personally would love to see a John Wick trilogy, a third movie that continues after this one. Once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 2 4.5 stars. I'm honestly really surprised that this movie wasn't a disappointment and didn't drop the ball. I implore you guys to go see this movie. Go support them, because they are making really good entertainment. So that's my review for John Wick Chapter 2. Let me know in the comments below what you guys saw of the movie, and stay tuned because I'm going to have my review for the Lego Batman movie coming really soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, then click the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.